My glasses again. So I've done about a third of the skirt is already basted. So I think for today I might start a sample filling. As I said earlier, I'll use this acrylic with a bit of Lorex thread, and haven't done the filling with this one yet, so we'll decide which. Testing the crochet. Oh, that's okay, that will do. So I will probably start the filling, let's say from here, or maybe this area, just because this is a corner and it will be nice to have the filling starting from the corner of the motif between the leaves, and we'll see how things are looking with the type of thread I've chosen. More or less okay, I think. Rudy, as usual. As soon as I start streaming, he appears in the background, pretending that he's starving and desperate for attention, but he just was fed an hour ago, and he was petted just before the stream. So he's the great pretender, as most of the dogs are. So I don't know if you can see that. Well, I do like the sparkle. Turns out to be nice. Antonina Kuznetsova usually prefers to use the sparkle type of thread. It used to be they used to make the cotton with a bit of metallic thread in it, and they're not producing it anymore, unfortunately. So this is my first experience with the sparkle. I usually use the plain threads, but that's okay. Keep the template close to the cushion, as I usually do. Working on the cushion. I don't know if you can hear Rudy's stomach rumbling. It sounds so funny. It's not really metallic, it's kind of plastic thing. It's the one that you usually have for the Christmas decorations, the same material, very finely shredded, well, stringed. And it's no, I don't feel any difference. I did the motifs when I first bought it. I made the sample, and with since the elements are anyway the tight crochet, and then they don't fall apart, there's not that much difference, neither in stiffness nor in the wearing. So it should be fine. Anyway, this skirt will be using the underlining skirt. I haven't decided what. Probably I would buy the universal, the tan colored underskirt from this one. We got a shop that sells the stockings and underwear and all of that, and they got the body corsets and the this underlining skirts. Just that you wear it as a usual skirt, and then something that is see-through on top of that. So I will get that one for sure, so I don't have to worry about the. I'll probably do it this way, since I'm. And like this. Looks okay, isn't it? Matches most of the colors here, so I guess I will leave it as it is. So I've done the different samples, and this one looks better than any other. Drifted away from the camera side. This was, yeah, it looks great. So I'll finish this area, then come back. It's just the small area because I really wanted to do some filling, and it's a great time to test, do the filling, and then having the fresh energy, because I already see how things are looking, and then I'll have enough energy and desire to complete the rest of the basting and then continue with filling. As I usually do it at the same time, different tasks. So I guess no, probably do it just because this loop is a bit way too long and it crumbles. That's better. And I'm afraid to move because everything in pins here and the box with pins. That's why I say this is the sample. Yes, it's attaching to the back loop, so when you turn it over, the filling actually goes under the motif, so motif actually stands out and gives you this 3D impression. And I usually say don't do the triangles, but in this case it's not the triangle, it's more like the half the what's the word, trapeze here. So got a bit of trapeze area. My camera holder is going bananas. Just because I was switching so many times today, I was filming tutorials for my other channels. I was streaming and it was like looking at every angle and direction, so it needs to be fixing. Just a second. The stash monster got the skein. Что ты пыхтишь? Что ты пыхтишь? Нет. Пока сиди. That's what I have to deal with running 3 or 4 different projects at the same time, at the same place. Get threads everywhere from different projects, and they're getting caught and interfered. And of course, I get Rudy's markups as his hair wrapped up. So that's more or less released of the debris. So a bit of pinning here. I don't like this ugly bit. So I'll have to unravel this. That's what we're actually making filling for. You unravel and you do it over, and then you unravel again and do it over. And it continues like that until you get the best result. Well, looks a bit better. And it's already tight. So I'm a bit quiet today. Not in the mood for chatting, but in the mood for crochet. So if you can write your questions in chat, I will answer that. Just I don't know if anyone watching this is I got the still haven't finished that. This is the result. It's got a mess of having the work doing the filling in the back loop. You can see the motifs are standing on top of the filling. I got this part, and that's as my husband calls it, the rat corner, Boca Raton. There's all my handicraft mess in one corner. And So I'm kind of shifting from one project to another, doing some the stuff, the money project, and then the fun project, and then again the money project and the fun project. So I'm going here backwards, and I have to come back to the same point where I started. I'm already pretending that there are cats outside, but actually there are no cats because it's freezing cold outside, and he's just standing there waiting at the gate where the... Well, luckily Rudy doesn't eat too much yarn. He knows that I'll start screaming, and the last thing he wants is to be screamed at, as he was heavily abused. And as soon as I started raising my voice, he just dropping everything, runs away. So he knows that he will get the high voice and no petting for at least an hour. So he really treasures what he has. And I'll get it this way. I don't know if you can hear him huffing and puffing. He's just standing right behind me. He wants to get outside to chase cats, but cats are somewhere out of his sight. It's too cold. They're sitting somewhere. We have lots of stray cats here in our village because usually people, as often happens, they get the kids want cats and they get it for summer, and then they leave the cat behind, and the cat is just running around the village, and everybody who lives here is feeding them. So we got lots of stray cats here, and they're running on our fence. We have most of the fences here are made of the stone, so it's very comfortable for cats to walk on them. It's about 10 inches wide, stone blocks, and that's the point. Got to get this somehow. This is where the sewing thread was attached when I was removing it, releasing it. Well, I guess that's the bottom part. So it kind of armors my city. No, not this way. Get this stuff down. In some areas it might be without. Just let me get there. That's what the only reason that I don't like to crochet with this thread, and even stitching. It's great, but sometimes it does these things when the lark slides off. It creates this mess. This way and that way. And now I will do it something like this. I don't know if you can see that. My hand is an obstacle. Что пыхтишь? Doubles, trebles, the Y stitch is the way to do the filling. Oh, he's gonna bark now. That's the most jealous dog I've ever seen in my life. He's always doing that when I'm streaming or I feel making the tutorials. That's what he always does. He can sleep all day and nobody can hear anything from him. But as soon as I start streaming or filming, he starts barking. Yeah, the jealous dog. Что ты хочешь? Yes, and he wants all my attention. Honestly, just before the streaming, I played with him and I pet him a lot, and I scrubbed his belly, scrubbed his ears, and he actually fell asleep. But as soon as I started feeling, he ran towards me like, "Don't talk to anybody, talk to me." Well, you've seen him laying on the skirt while I was laying out the motifs, so you know what it does to get his way, to get his part of attention. So I'll probably use the series, the set of Y stitches over here, like this. And now the Y to this corner. And over here. So what was said, yeah, it's the stitch that you do one treble, and instead of doing two yarn overs at the same time, you do one yarn over, second yarn over, you've done this part, and then you move to another one, so you create the kind of the Y, the peace sign. So this is what I call the Y stitch. And it's very easy to do this, to fill out these areas like that. So you don't have to do the chains under the motifs. There's another way to fill these gaps, is to make the stitch, finish this stitch here, and then do a couple of chain stitches, picking up like three chains, the slip stitch here, now 3 chain slip stitch, and then go to the area where you're supposed to continue working. There's another way to do that, so I use both, but preferably is the Y stitch, because I don't really like what the set of chains running behind the motif, especially if it's on skirt. It's okay, but if it's on the top that will be touching your skin, it's kind of the rough chain of, even if it's a cotton, it's still, I feel it a bit uncomfortable to wear that one. So I'll probably finish this. I don't want to keep it on the white one because the thread will be might be visible. Or maybe I will finish it, but I don't care. It's my butt. Nobody's gonna look. This is actually the part that will be facing the chairs on the skirt. So for this area, I might just keep this color matching. And that's it. The first piece of the filling is done. It looks okay. I don't know if camera can show it, but it actually really does this the effect that I wanted to reach. If you remember, this is the November skirt, so this sparkle creates this kind of the frost feeling that you know, when you don't get the snow but you get the frost, and I don't know the word in it, you know, get this tiny little pieces of ice on the ground. So that would be resembling it. That would be great. And where's the other part? And I will start from this point. Finish this cap, and then next week we'll finish the basting. Yes, that's a good point with working with the bigger, thicker threads. It's fast to make, and both making motifs and filling. So it's working of the rough projects like the skirt, big skirt, or something that you would wear every day. It's okay, it will do. But I still have some plans. If you've probably seen the one of these tea dresses, I keep making motifs for that, but I keep but still using those motifs in other projects. As I would never make that if I don't stop using the motifs for other projects. But there's about 2,000 small 3 layers Irish roses. So you can imagine just the tiny roses themselves. There are about 500 other motifs to make, and it's quite boring just to sit and make them. And you think that it should work in something else, and then start the project over again. So probably will do that, as I really want to make the tutorial one of at least 3 flowers from that dress. Okay, I got it tied up somewhere, and the camera is already overheating. Чего ты хочешь? So I guess I will finish streaming now. Thanks for joining me, and we'll continue on Monday, as I will be more free. Chivo. I'll be more free to turn to twist and roll the cushion around, because right now it's got pins sticking out everywhere and I'm afraid to lose them and scatter them around and get the motifs lost. So hopefully on Monday that will be the proper filling, so I don't have to twist and turn my body to match the angle where the where the filling should be made. So he's done. He's doing this final bit. Those big puppy eyes lying behind me with his big puppy eyes. I wish I could show that. I'll show that. Never forget the mess, because it's the working area. Look at those puppy eyes. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.